gentlemen, please welcome Ripple Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse.
Thank you, everyone. It is fabulous to be here. It's fabulous to have all of you join us. This is truly one of my favorite times of year, in part because it's the energy, the momentum, bringing all of you together, because without all of you, not only would Swell not be what it is, but certainly Ripple would not be where it is. So I want to welcome you to Singapore for our third annual event, Swell. Bringing you all together is a consummation of the work, the effort that represents not just what Ripple is doing, but what all of you are doing. We have a number of very exciting updates to share with you today, and I'll talk a little bit about the industry, but also specifically about what's going on at Ripple. Now, some of you know Ripple was founded about 7 years ago. Chris Larson, the co-founder, he had started eLoan, one of the first online lending platforms, and then Prosper, a peer-to-peer lending exchange. And from the very beginning, his vision for Ripple was all about enabling an internet of value. Enabling value to move the way information moves today. He had seen firsthand how the friction associated with payments had affected eLoan, had affected Prosper, and he saw the idea that if we can reduce the friction, increase the speed, there are a number of direct and indirect benefits that customers around the world, whether it's the underbanked or the unbanked, but even for businesses at large, to truly change the way payments flow and change the way industry flows. Our vision remains the same today. The Internet of Value is something that step by step we're seeing come to fruition. Now, I admit, when I go out into CEOs of banks or regulators and I talk to them about an Internet of Value, some of them kind of look at me like, okay, what's he talking about? What's that mean? That sounds like a Silicon Valley thing. And so what we've defined really is, in the shorter term, a mission focused on enabling payments everywhere, every way, for everyone. Now I want to focus on this for a moment, because the most important word for us in this statement is enable. Many of you in this room today are our customers, our partners, and it is through you, it is with you, that we are partnering to enable these payments. We aren't out there trying to sign up customers directly. We see the opportunity to bring interoperability across payment networks, across borders, to fundamentally change the way cross-border, cross-network payments flow. All of us in here have experienced in one way or another how this works today. It is a slow experience today. It does have friction. Some of that friction is in the speed, some of it's in the cost, and all of that manifests itself to customers in a way that restricts commerce. Now, on top of all of that, it is unreliable today. Cross-border payments today have error rates ranging from as low as 2% to, I've heard CFOs describe 11% error rates using Swift messaging. This expense is costly, and it needs to change. We need to reset the plumbing by resetting the fundamental architecture of how payments can flow. Today, existing players today are merely treating some of the symptoms. The way I think about this is we have workarounds. There's incredible innovation and money flowing into new startups, thinking about how payments can be done differently. So many of those are built upon the existing infrastructure. I think of these almost as hacks in the current system.